So going into season 4 as champions of England, we had a little bit of an issue. Only 38.35 million to spend and a little bit in the wages, but probably only enough to bring one player in. We already had Giovanni Di Lorenzo coming in as a little bit of cover at right back, only on a one-year deal as well, so wasn't going to be a long-term option on that right-hand side. This was the biggest issue, £308 million in debt. Huge loss last season when we spent big in the winter with Florian Wirtz coming in. This season as well, we have got a little bit of prize money to come in, so that might see us break even. But we have spent, over the last 2 seasons, we have spent £278 million on loan and repayments. Now, the main ones are coming to an end. So we've got 2 here that are going to be done at the end of next season. So we're only going to have a season where we're pretty much only paying a low amount. We've got a loan that is 6.75. We've got another year left on that and another year on a 1.4. So we're looking at still like over £8 million a month spent on loans. Now, one thing that I wanted to show you, and I missed it on the last episode, was just a little bit of a recap of how the players had done. With João Neves, highest average rating of 7.27. Assists, Samuel Illing, the youngster, and Jeremy Frimpong, 15 assists on that right-hand side, with Kvaratskhelia with a nice 14 assists. The goal tally, all about Marcus Rashford, as we spoke about. Rasmus Højlund, right down there, only 10 starts, 13 games. Definitely something, I think this one might be his final season at the club, because he's just not living up to the hype. We've got Marcus Rashford at the age of 28, gonna be 29, 30, absolutely peaking by the end of this series, 5-year series. So we need to look at a potential replacement if we don't think Højlund is the man. However, with the budget of 38.35, that won't be this season. So moving into November, we have started the season 4, exceptionally well. 11 games, 9 wins, 1 draw, only 1 defeat, 35 goals scored, so over averaging 3 a game. A defeat against Aston Villa. This was the stats from the game. We absolutely got Miles Jacobson in that game, being our only defeat of the season. A draw, a 1-1 draw against Liverpool away from home, which is good. And some nice wins in there. 4-0 against Palace, couple of 3-0s, few clean sheets, 3-1s with scoring goals. Tottenham 5-2. Newcastle as well, 4-1 away from home, and they are currently second in the table. What have we done in the summer to really kick us on? Well, the answer is not a lot. 3 in, we spoke about in the last video. Milinkovic-Savic is in, probably for a season or 2. Like, I know it's long term, but this is what will happen if we don't get any money in. We've not had a takeover. He's come in, started really well, 3 assists and 3 goals. Gabby Vega has come in as well. Look, this is a little bit of a backup, really. Potentially, you know, the moves of maybe Mount and Vanna going out of the club at some point. So I thought having him in on a free as these boys leave Saudi, and then Gabriel, and then Giovanni Di Lorenzo that we've spoke about. And then biggest sale of the year, we've had Højbjerg go out to Al Fatah, 10.5. Harry Amas was a youngster that we didn't play. Anthony has gone to Brighton. My God, we finally got him off the books, and he started actually quite well at Brighton. What did we get for him? £12 million. He's literally been transfer listed for 3 years. And then on the releases, Harry Maguire has gone to Leeds United of all teams. I was quite happy with him sat, but I thought naturally, and what would there be a realistic thing to do, we can move him on. We have got 2 really good youngsters coming through, and then Will Fish, who didn't really feature, has played in a couple of European games, cup games, and we do have, as we said, some decent youngsters in James Ashworth. We want to give more game time to, and we also want to give more game time to Jack O'Toole, another exciting youth team player. So what I'm actually going to do this season, today's video is 1 season in a go, and we are going to do a full simulation from the 9th of November and just see how the game plays differently to me. I've obviously been playing very much, this is my, if I put my strongest 11 in, it would be probably João Neves, alongside Milinkovic-Savic, Illing and Frimpong, Martinez, Milinkovic and Todibo. Is that right? Yes, it probably is. One other signing as well that you might not notice, we bought this guy in last year and then we sent him back out on loan to his team. He is actually a real player in the game, guys. So, you know, if you've got a database big enough, I would go check him out. Bulgarian, and looks like he's going to be an absolute baller. Look, and at the age of only 19. Right, let's see how we do in the simulation to get us through to the end of the year, like the Champions League results as well. I'll give you a quick show of them. We started really well in that. 4 games, 4 wins. Who we racked up wins against? Barcelona 2-1, Porto 4-1, AEK 3-2. Where's that other one? Oh, there. And Real Betis 2-0. It needs to be, like, trophies obviously need to be a thing for this season. Can we retain the title? I'll be disappointed. I will be disappointed if we don't after that start we've had to the season. How far can we get in the Champions League? It's all about just consolidating a little bit, ready for season 5, the last season of the save. But we want to see progress. And progress we made. We won the FA Cup. We've managed to do the double. However, we only won the Premier League on goal difference. We did have an indifferent end to the season, a defeat, 2 wins and 2 draws, which meant Liverpool caught us up. They had 4 wins in their last 5, and we managed to win on goal difference. We did score, though, guys, 107 goals. Knocked out in the Champions League to Spurs. Now, it is a progression in the Champions League. Knocked out on penalties as well. Didn't create much at all in the second leg. Kvaratskhelia, Milinkovic-Savic, and Florian Wirtz all missing penalties. But we did win the FA Cup, absolutely smashing Norwich 3-0. Rashi scoring a brace and Kvaratskhelia scoring a penalty. Easy victory in the FA Cup to give us a total of 5 trophies in our first 4 seasons. We've got the Europa Conference League that we did in Season 2. We've got Premier League and another Premier League. Followed it up well, Community Shield. It don't count, does it? It's 4 trophies. It's 4 trophies. So into Season 5, and we've got a little bit of work to do. Now, I did say that I was letting the game simulate this Season 4, and Di Lorenzo, despite having a tremendous season, 18 assists in 35 games. So he's been playing a lot. And I thought, why has he played so many games when we've got Frimpong generally going to be our starter on that right-hand side? And it turns out my assistant manager, who is my assistant manager? So we've been playing the tactic. Steve McLaren or Yap Stam, one of the two has decided to play Kvaratskhelia more as a centre forward, which is absolutely bizarre. When you just, like, bearing in mind that we've got Marcus Rashford who was scoring goals for fun, but they've decided to swap them two around, which is odd. And then despite having one of the best young wing-backs in the division, it's actually turned out that Frimpong has gone on to that left-hand side a fair bit. There you go, 26 appearances as a wing-back on the left. So what could have been? I think a lesson learned that I don't simulate these. I wanted to simulate so I could get a video out, and I thought we're comfortable. The team will pick itself. I don't like... So when you go on holiday, there is that option of use current team selection, but what it does do is just run some players into the ground. And now I wish I'd have put certain players in certain positions, because what's happened with as well, Milinkovic-Savic didn't make that many appearances. After I went on holiday, he then was not picked much. He's now not probably looking for a move, looking at Saudi Arabia. I'm thinking that I don't want to sell him, but I know a big offer is going to come in and he's going to want to go. What do we do about that? We do need a long-term replacement in there anyway, in the central midfield, to play alongside João Neves. Now, let's have a look at Neves' season. Yeah, 37. He's done quite well. If we look at the form, he's been rotating between the two. I did want him as the playmaker a little bit more, so we've kind of got that right. We're well balanced. The only little issue I'm going to show you ahead of Season 5. By the way, let's have a look at how much money we got. We got 70 million to spend. Our finances for the season are looking a little bit better. We've made a little bit of money this year. And we've got that £8 million a month loan also finishing at the end of June. So by the time the 5th season finishes, we should be in a really good financial position. My mind has been made up. We need to let Rasmus Højlund go. He's actually rated quite highly in terms of value and stuff, so I think we need to cash in. He's not going to be the man to take us to the next level. We've got Rashford leaving. I'm going to try and sell him this summer so you guys can see the long-term replacement at Old Trafford to wear the number 9 shirt. Let's have a quick look of what we've got. So let's say striker, and he needs to be under the age, I think, no more than 27 years old. What have we got? So Evan Ferguson is wanted by Chelsea and Real Madrid at a cost of £103 million. I think in a few years' time, if he still goes on the trajectory that he's on, I'm quite happy to make a big money move for him. That would mean selling players and then not having much to play with elsewhere. There's also players like Dusan Vlahovic. I absolutely love Big Dusan. He could be the man to move us forward a little bit. There's Lewis Openda down there. Santiago Jimenez is quite a nice player in the game, as is Victor Boniface, but I'm fancying Vlahovic or Evan Ferguson. Let me know down in the comments which one you would prefer at United for Season 5. And then looking at what we've got in terms of contracts, we've got Di Lorenzo leaving. We're obviously going to bring in Ellie Harrison. He's still a goalkeeper. He's a goalkeeper like third choice, but I'm offering him a new contract, as you can see. There's players also on one. Whoa, there is a lot of players. Let's highlight them. We have got all them players down there that want new deals or need new deals because they've got only a year left. Martinez, Andre, Højlund, Rashford, Mount, Frimpong, Todibo, Savic, Milenkovic, Onana, Bayinda, Dalot, Inacio, Iling, Garnacho, Kobe Manu, Paul Wanner, and Jaco Tuchel. That is a lot of players we need to sort because if we leave it any later than now, they're not going to sign and we're going to lose them on a free. In particular, players like Martinez got a fair bit of value. I'm a little bit worried. Al Halal, should we offer him a new contract? He doesn't want to speak. That is not a good start, so it looks like we need to sign another central defender. Now, age-wise of the squad, average age 25.33. We are looking really good. Like, Di Lorenzo's leaving, and then we've got Milenkovic Savic, who looks like may end up leaving, having to leave anyway. Onana, 31. Rashi, Milenkovic, Lisandro, and Bayanda, 29. Now, we were looking at the goalkeeping situation. But if I just go into my youth team, we've actually got the new kid on the block. He's already rated between 19.5 and 32 million at the age of 16. He is going to be the new keeper, and I'm going to work with him over the next year. Season 5, he'll go into the under-21s. Season 6, which I know was not going to be seen on the series, but he would then move in to be backup. Long-term option, long-term replacement for Onana. So the goalkeeping situation is done. We've got players as well, like Andre never quite kicked on in a Manchester United shirt. Can we get a little bit of value for him? Gabby Vega as well, not played that much, hasn't played at all since I went on holiday, so he's not been fancied. If we look at the average ratings, Marcus Rashford, 35 in 35, Niners sub though. Goal-wise, Rashi, Kvaratskhelia. Wirtz has had a decent season, really good contribution. Now, interesting, Mason Mount has played a lot of games. He's played 31 in that AMC, so probably played more than Florian Wirtz. Has also done a job in the DM spot. I think I do need to sign him to a new deal. I really want to see him come back in a Man United shirt when he's fit and really get going in that number 8 position. Exceptional contribution from Di Lorenzo. I think we need to bring another player in there. We've got Frimpong, 26, Dalot, 28. Jaco Tuchel's more of a centre-half. So we've got only 2 in there. Left-hand side, we're struggling as well, just Iling and Dalot. So I think we definitely need to bring something in on that left-hand side. Centre-back-wise, we're covered, but obviously it looks like Martinez is going to have to go. Vifa's not a centre-half. Louis Jackson is a young, promising defender. He's actually really good. Might need to get him moved up or definitely moved up the season after. We've got youngster O'Toole as well. So we're a little bit covered in there. I do think if Martinez does go, we will bring in another. We've got Milenkovic Savic as well. Also, we're potentially looking at a move. He is nearly 30 years old, but I do like him. Midfield, we've said we do need to bring someone in there for sure, especially if Milenkovic Savic goes. 2 outstanding DMs. We've obviously got 1 in Neves, but I do think we need to bring in that outstanding Volante. Attacking midfield, I'm absolutely happy. Vanna, Wirtz, Gabby Vega if he stays, Garnacho and Mount. Left-hand side, Kvaratskhelia. Rashford, he can play out there, especially if we bring in a new centre forward. That is Season 4 of the rebuild, guys. We've got 1 season left. I'll bring you it on Wednesday night. Thank you very much for watching. See you later.